I ain't gonna lie. I ain't been filming. I have not been filming. But, trust me, I saved you guys the pain and agony of watching me sweat in one place for 6 hours at a time over a time lapse to get most of this wiring done. So, I'll go over everything that's changed really quick. Coils are obviously on the car now. Motion Raceworks brackets. Okay, I'll touch on them. To the best of my abilities, these are together how they go. The clips don't kind of come off when they're tight. Kind of silly, but maybe I have something messed up there. Maybe not. Who knows? Those are what those are going to be. Kind of as symmetrical as I can get it, right? Coil harnesses ran, grounded. Engine harnesses ran. Probably half of the sensors out here are terminated. I'm waiting on some fittings to come in to do the wastegate pressure deal, back pressure, blah, blah, blah. Lame stuff. Oil pressure's done, fuel pressure's done, coolant's done. Bunch of sensors appear to terminate still. Or even if I'm not going to terminate them, they will be ready to terminate once I get that sensor, such as ride height, front wheel speed, blah, blah, blah. There I go again, twice saying that. Air compressor is mounted, wired, plumbed, little Amazon bulkhead fitting right there. It's working good so far. I've tested this a few times, got the new bump button on there. That reminds me, I still need a cam sync, need to order a cam sync. The front crank trigger is on. I ordered that Innovators West crank trigger kit, and initially it hit the rack. I needed to get the other side, but I was just never bringing myself to order it, so I clearanced it.
Disgusting!
Excuse me, I just sneezed. Okay, let's go over some things. It's got a shifter in there now. Look at this thing. Drag Race Solutions Titan Ultra Power Glide Carbon Fiber Illusion. That's a mouthful.
Ha! Gay!
With the CO2 air shift, you know the deal. Chad Axford, appreciate you. Point me in the right direction on this deal. The tranny lines are still flopped in there. Dump valve can't stay down there because the belly pan hits it, so don't mind that. It's just wired to make sure it all works. But neutral safety is wired. This shift deal is wired. All the Fueltech wiring's done. Fueltech outputs. I don't know if I even want to show this, but this is a Fueltech FT450 sportsman harness and a smart coil harness. Yes. So two of the pre-made harnesses, just with a little bit of changes done to them to fit it a little bit better. But wiring is pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot of options on the FT450. But I already had it with the Nova, and it kind of keeps it simpler just to get the car out. So we'll be rocking that for a minute. Motion Raceworks CO2 chute release deal for the two chutes. I got two new chute cables as well. We already went over the DOT pipe bomb, as my friends like to call it. That's done. Not sure if the tranny overflow will stay there. Boy, I'm really jumping around here. Let's walk to the back of the car. Two of the new chute cables. It had one red one on this side, so it has two matching black ones now. Drilled a new hole. The e-stop I wanted to get had a amber LED light in the center of it. It was like an industrial deal. They just wouldn't ship it. I don't know. They just would not ship it. So I ended up getting this from HCR Innovations. It's a marine switch. The chrome kind of matches the theme of the car with the steel bumper and all the trim and everything. And I think it looks good. So this is the e-stop for back here. There's one in the car. We got the contactor for the kill switch all wired up. Battery cables made. All the Fueltech terminations. Don't mind this. If I stop this video now, I will not record another one, so that is just gonna have to bother me. New taillight harness is all made. I think I went over that in another video. I don't know if I ever touched on this. God, that scratch bothers me. This is the CO2 chute release switch, arm switch, I guess. So it's one way it's armed, the other way it exhausts the air so you can push the cylinders back in after a pass. I used the factory keyhole switch there and a Zeus washer deal to make it more flush. I don't know. It came out good. I like it. Comes up real close to the battery and it's kind of out of the way. So when I'm packing the chutes, as soon as I get done packing them, let's remember to throw that switch in the right direction. That'll be done. Chutes minus the cable savers. They're done. I turn this light off. Yes, I did. I just had the Fueltech plugged into the laptop. We were testing outputs. Things were clicking. Almost immediately, too. There was really no critical troubleshooting. Oh, my gosh. Red to black, black to red, smoke, like there normally is. So we did okay.
Stop the cap.
That'll get cleaned up over there a little bit. We're not going to zoom into that, but the speed wire is as wired as it's going to be. Really great board and pretty straightforward on how to wire. I made a wire in this deal with auxiliary relays. Pretty nice. All the Fueltech stuff is over here. Okay, I'll zoom in a little bit. Yeah, let's actually zoom back out. Oh God, I do not remember this guy's company name. He's on Facebook. I'm gonna have to edit this. Dang it, I don't remember his name. He makes these 3D printed Fueltech holder deals, and I actually ordered the one where each of the Fueltech Nanos are on each side, and how I had already ran the harness underneath the dash. The left one was not long enough at all. It just was not going to work. I would have either had to have it slid all the way back to here, the whole deal to work, or would have had to extend those wires, and both of those was not really an option. So, and I was impatient. I didn't want to order another mount from him, even though this one came pretty quick, and I probably should have. I just drilled a hole underneath this, put them both on the same side, and then I already knew I wanted to run a mechanical oil pressure gauge on this as well, in case we had a sensor failure. Worst case scenario, we can always kind of know what the oil pressure is. And then I kind of just adapted that to his 3D printed base. It's not coming in the best right now, but it looks pretty cool. Really nice product. Yeah. Lost my train of thought there. I don't remember what the last thing we saw was. Steering wheel. Ooh, my camera getting a little foggy. What's going on here? Steering wheel harness wrapped in some air hose for some loom. I've seen a couple people do that. I like it. Instead of the wires dangling there by your feet, it's kind of all right there. So I made that work. Trans brake bump, chute. Everything's been tested and works. Line lock is on the grip of the shifter. If for whatever reason I need a line lock to do a burnout, which we normally don't, but in case we do, we have it as an option. But that's all wired. Really trying to get through this quick, pretty straightforward stuff. Nothing too fancy. But the next video will either be plumbing. See, I always get these wrong, so I don't even know if I should say this, but the next things to do are going to be plumbing, fuel lines, turbo drains, turbo feed, yada yada. That'll be my new thing. Instead of blah blah blah, it's going to be yada yada.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
But fuel lines, oil lines, that all needs to get plumbed. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. And then I'm waiting till the very last second to order the lifters and push rods for this. Because that's just kind of the last thing on my list. So that'll be another video. I have a brand new set of T&Ds sitting in this box right here, ready to go on there. So underneath those valve covers right now are just the heads with the valve springs and the valves and everything in them. So yeah, it'll be another video of getting the valve train stuff knocked out and plumbing as well. But yeah, just giving you guys a look at what it looks like now. It's probably 90% done. I'm going to say I have another 10% in terminating some sensors in the engine bay and underneath the car. And then I'll throw the floorboards and stuff back in it. Got to get the starter as well. Can't forget about that. But a lot of progress has been made. I'll see if I can't post any pictures on my Facebook or wherever of the lights and stuff on. It's got functional taillights and brake lights. And then the reverse lights come on with the trans brake, as all the cool guys do it. So, yeah. Other than that, thanks for watching.